Welcome back, everyone. Well, today I'm out in the yard. I'm just getting my wood stove, my Dancho wood stove, set up to do a couple little tests. So I want to try out compressed logs. These are logs you can buy at the corner store, gas station, places like Rona, Home Depot, Canadian Tire. They're purported to be ecologically more sound, cleaner burning than real log firewood. And I just don't know about that. They may be perfect for certain scenarios, like survival situations, or you just want something quick and easy for an overnighter in the woods in your hot tent. I'm going to try out three different brands today, and we'll see how long they burn, how hot they burn, and to see which one I would pick if I was going to take them on a trip with me. All right, so here's my little Dancho wood stove. You guys have seen this in previous videos before. I'm just at home here. Got it all set up. Do my little controlled environments test. So, first fire log we're going to test today is by selection. You guys will see these kind of things at home hardwares and corner stores and stuff like this. So they say they're easy to light, and they should. Oh yeah, this is from Metro, I guess, grocery store. So. They are easy to light, supposedly burn a little bit cleaner than just straight up firewood. So basically it's telling me to loosen the paper around the fire log, place it on a grate near the rear of the fireplace with the arrows on top, lift seam, light at each of the arrows, and close the fire screen. All right, let's give this a try. We're just gonna open this up here and make sure my damper's open. You guys saw in a previous video that I installed a damper in this wood stove, so this is gonna be awesome. Before I used to have to kind of open and close the tray to increase the draw in there. So hopefully this works. Oh, I guess I need the base for this. So I'll be right back with that. Okay, so this is back in place now. A little base for it. I like this because this is a good length of my little stove here. And if this goes for a few hours, that would give me a little bit of shut-eye. I'm going to take this off for a sec, and we're just going to light it. This one shows you where you light kind of along this part, and the damper is open, so I might actually just open this too, just the maximum amount of oxygen, because I'll put this lid back on, and let's give it a whirl. Another one up here. There should be another one here too. Supposedly this is all you need to do to get these started, so let's see. Well, it's going. All right, so I'm just going to put this down because I'm definitely not going to have this wide open. I'm going to slide this on like so. I'm going to close this up. I'm going to leave dampers open for now. All right, so it is 10 to 2 right now, so we'll just see how this goes. All right, so far so good. I think we're definitely into the paper, but it should catch the log pretty soon. At least that's my hope, but promising. All I need is like a little bit of low heat overnight. I'm not liking the smoking that's kind of coming out the top here. That's going to be a little bit irritating inside the tent. But once we get a good fire there, hopefully the draw will pull that out. Yeah, I think over the years, this aluminum's kind of bent a little bit. Just try to move it over just a touch. There we go. That kind of helps a little bit. This is where I do my cooking and stuff like that. I was thinking too of getting like a little wee fan. Don't know if it's gonna get hot enough to turn on like one of those little wood stove fans, but one can hope. Okay, there we go. So the paper's kind of burning off. I'm hoping the log's catching here. So one thing about camping, where I'm going to be camping for this winter, is in Algonquin Park. You cannot bring in wood from other locations, and you can't chop trees down there for your wood for overnight. It's just basically, dogs by the fire here, basically stuff you can find kind of on the ground. So that may not be enough to kind of keep me warm overnight. There are vendors just outside the park that are willing to sell wood to you. I hear the park wood that you can buy tends to be quite wet. apparently just behind the pharmacy in Whitney, there's a gentleman that sells nice dry wood there. So I'll probably be getting wood from him, but I just want some options for overnight that are just going to kind of be like a really like low and slow burn. So that's why I'm out here doing my little experiments. So so far so good. But yeah, that's the situation in provincial parks around here. You can't bring in wood if you're not from that immediate area, and you know, there is potential that a lot of the wood I could find on the ground might be wet or just scavenged, obviously, from others that have been winter camping this season. So I don't want to be short on wood. The nights there will probably be getting down to around -25. Okay, we have the log. It is caught. So hopefully this is a good sign. And as you can see there, it's actually a really, really clean burn. Once it gets going, there's not a whole lot of smoke there, so that's nice. Yeah, a lot of these compressed logs burn a lot cleaner than just, say, wood itself. So a little bit better for the environment for these long burns. And now that it's going, there is no smoke coming out of little cracks on the top of the stove here. And I want to show you guys these sides actually pop out. So I've got lots of real estate here for heating my food. So these kind of go like that. So that's pretty awesome. Also a little bit of safety measure too. The dog walks by, he touches this. That's not hot, but the side is super hot. I do have a wrap now for my pole. Last winter camping adventure, we had a little bit of a burn from someone's foot touched this accidentally. So I've got some, that's also why we're getting the damper too, so that, you know, it's not a crazy burn. And the wrap will also help as well. Yeah, the ones I'm burning today come in packs of 6. These have been up in the garage for years. Says they are burning cleaner than wood, safe and easy to light, and bright, long-lasting flame. This one burns up to 3 hours, so we'll see if it holds up to that claim. The other ones I'll do in my next experiment are supposed to go up 8 to 10, but I don't know, I'm not that optimistic. Yeah. Well, it's kicking off a fair bit of heat here, and keep in mind I will have this enclosed in a canvas wall tent, so it's definitely because the damper and everything is not like scalding hot, but it's going to be generating enough heat, I think, to keep us warm in the night. And I have a little mylar tarp that I use over my car to keep the sun out when Royce and I do his scent detection trials. So my plan was to bring that. It's pretty lightweight, but I was going to kind of string it kind of behind us so that as the heat kind of comes at us, it's going to be kind of reflect and kind of come back in the tent. So hopefully that, and I might get a little fan for the top of the stove here, that'll kind of keep us warm. All right, let's try to boil some water on here. Just right at the back where it's hottest. Let's see, I mean, it feels pretty warm. And we're at least a half an hour in now. It's going quite well. All right, she's nice and hot. Water's boiled in about 10 minutes, I'd say. Well, nice hot tea to enjoy while I'm doing my experiment here. Check out my mug with the owls. If you guys haven't seen the video that Bob and I did talking about owls, go ahead and check it out on my channel. Well, let's have a look. We're about an hour in. Oh yeah, that's going really well. That's an hour in, and look how much stuff we've still got there. I'm really impressed. Right, we're at the 2-hour mark. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, it's still going. Look at that. Nice. And I've been totally hands off with this. I've literally just opened this up to have a quick boo at it. So this is impressive. Lots of heat kicking off here. One thing I will say is that, you know, it doesn't burn really dirty, so that I can still see through the glass of my little wood stove here, which is nice. I like looking at that. It's still nice and warm. It is a little bit on the stinky side, so outside it doesn't have that nice wood smoke smell per se, even though it is the compressed sort of wood shavings and whatnot, but boy, I'm impressed. Here we are checking in at hour 3, starting to lose our light out here now. It's 10 to 5. Oh, this is still going. Yeah, that's great. Now, I'm not going to poke at it. We're just going to leave it as is, and we'll check back later. All right, it's dark out, and this has officially died out. So here we are at 4 hours, still kicking off a very minimal amount of heat. It is literally pretty much just ashes at this point. So at this point, I'm just going to kind of break it up a little bit. But I would say you're good for at least 3 hours of a really strong burn, 3.5 hours. Ooh, this is pretty hot actually. If you break it up, at the 4-hour mark. Pardon the train in the background. Yeah, so that's great. So this is a very successful test. So yeah, if you want 3 hours of kind of like just having a fire, you don't have to really worry about too much, just sit and enjoy, then these little logs are great. So my next test is going to be 8-hour logs. We'll do that tomorrow. All right, so it's the next day, and I just want to show you how much is left over from that selection log there. So not a whole lot of ash. So that's actually pretty impressive. All right, so on to the next test here, and I found these compressed logs in my travels. Let's take a look. These ones are actually from Canadian Tire. They are called Vermont castings. I think they're owned by Canadian Tire. And again, it's like a premium hardwood block. 4 logs, and they're basically 25 pounds of hardwood in here. So I'm gonna try one of these. I don't think it's gonna light as easy as a selection fire log, but let's see. All right, so this is what they look like. Just compressed wood chips, basically. Want to be careful not to get these too wet, or they will kind of explode and just turn into a big pile of wood chips. To get this started, maybe I'll try a little bit of hand sanitizer, kind of some of these little grooves. See if I can get this lit in a few areas. Put one out here. Rub that in, see if this is going to help me any to get this going. This might be a bad idea. So I'm just going to pop this in. Ooh, I can already see this is quite large for my unit here. This is a great idea. Pop this out. You can see it does fit the whole thing, but it's fills up the majority of it. So let's just light this. Okay, let's put this lid on and see if I can do anything with this. I'm going to open up my damper again. Ugh, my hands from touching that plate. Well, you can see it just sort of scorches the top of the wood there. So I'm going to actually have to kind of put some kindling in there to get this one started. Really handy about the selection ones in a hurry. Like they have that little bag around them, and so they will continue to light this. This does not come pre-packed with any kind of way to start it well. So that's one little drawback of these ones. All right, so I'm trying to get things started here. I've got a little bit of paper from an Amazon package, so we'll get that going. All right, let's see. It was 1:30, we got her lit. I just had to use a little bit of kindling there, and use some of that paper from my Amazon package, and just a little bit of, just a tiny amount of cedar shims to get it going. So you can see it does produce a little bit of smoke there, but it's not that acrid smoke of the, that sort of stronger smelling smoke of the selection compressed logs. It just smells like burning hardwood. So we'll see how long I get out of this compressed log. Just so I can show you guys that we can cook using these kind of logs here, these compressed logs. I'm going to use my brand new Lodge griddle. So you can see here, made in the USA. High quality. Lodge is really great in terms of cast iron. I picked this up at Bass Pro Shops. This is their 10.5-inch griddle. Kind of a really useful piece of camp kitchenware, to be honest. You can pretty much make anything on it. So we're going to heat that up, and I'll just pan fry an egg. All right. Put a little bit of basil in there. So yeah, it's hot. She's hot. Although if you look over here at my little thermometer, I have the thermometer arrived for this part of the video, and it's still at 100 Fahrenheit. It's not that hot. All right, let's see what we can manage here. Oh yeah. It works great. All right, looks like we are all done. Let's give it a try. Very good. So I do find this Vermont compressed log not that impressive in terms of the heat it produces. Like I can cook food and stuff, but it does take a bit longer. Maybe because these logs are so ultra compressed, they're supposed to last 6 hours. It's really like a slow burn, real slow smolder. So I think an intent would kind of keep it really, you know, a little bit warm if it was small. I think that'd be okay, not to overdo it, but I must say this log is really not my favorite. Like here we are an hour in, and it's literally See how it's kind of expanded on the side there? And it's really just smoldering along, not really burning very well. Well, let's take a look. We are now 2 hours in. Well, this is not looking amazing in here. This looks like, I don't know if I'll be getting the 6 hours they advertise off of this log. But she's still going. Now I must say, when I was cooking there, you noticed that it was kind of, warm enough to cook, but it takes a bit of time. It's still cool. So I think if you want a slow and steady heat, these compressed logs would be okay. But I'm not really convinced. These are great. And our 3-hour check-in. Still smoldering. Let's poke at it a little bit. Oh, there's very little left. See, it's crumbling apart there. So I would definitely, yeah, there's not much left to this log. So this is in no way, shape, or form a 6-hour burn, guys. Just so you are aware, we are wrapping it up here. 3 hours. And here we are, 3.5 hours, just the final little embers burning away. So even though it was like $7 for 4 of those bigger logs, I really don't think you're getting much more of an advantage in terms of the burn time. And I do think it is definitely a cooler fire in your firebox there. So if you're looking for a little bit more warmth in the tent, you might not get it. So I don't think I'll buy those ever again. But it was worth doing a little experiment. All right, another day and another trial of a different kind of compressed wood log to check out for like easy peasy winter camping. So let's take a look. This is the Extra Flame, a giant size, and it claims to be the long-lasting ecological wood log for them for £5. And it says basically 4 to 5 hours in open fireplace and 8 to 10 hours in a wood stove. Well, we'll see about that. So right off the bat, I got this and I stored it in the garage. This part was actually open and I think some moisture got in there, and so it's kind of like crumbling and falling apart already. So let's open this up. It looks like little areas are kind of compressed together, like little pucks of sawdust here. It's just in this plastic here, which is not a great thing. But so with this one, they do recommend a fire starter between the 2 logs and kindling on the top, and then you light it up. So let's do that. All right, so what I have is one of these little fire starter tablets. I'm just going to kind of put that there. Of course, you could use the Extra Flames version of it. And then what we'll do is I've got one of their logs here. Now it says we've got to kind of divide this in 2 and get it started burning. So maybe I'll just break it up in the middle. And help, my little helper ran away with some of the wood. Come back, give it to me. All right, that little fuel tab was garbage. I'm just going to do it a little differently here. Leftover paper here. We'll get this going. All right, we're starting a little bit later today, but it's around, for a time marker, it's about 2:50 in the afternoon, so we'll see what we can do. Once this gets caught, I'm going to just dampen down the flue there. All right, so let's just see if we can hold the temperature there right now with the kindling going and getting those logs caught. We're kind of at 400 Fahrenheit here, so we'll see what happens as the artificial compressed logs catch. Well, 15 minutes in, the logs are caught, but like they're literally smoldering and barely caught. Like, look at that. Like, that's ridiculous. It's hot enough to turn my little fan that I've got here. I'm also testing this out for my camping trip. Looks great. And look at that. Cold, cold, cold. This is like, probably could touch here. No, I'm not going to do that, but unfortunately, this is what I've read online about those compressed logs. This particular brand, they just don't light. They don't catch, they don't stay lit. I've got the damper like completely open, tons of oxygen going in there, and they just smolder. I've heard some people online say, they douse them with lighter fluid and they're in their fire pit and they cannot get these things to light. So this is not going to be very good. I can tell you already. Disappointing. I'm gonna briefly pull one out and like, look what they're doing. Just smoking. They're really not even, look at that. Dreadful. What's burning in there is literally just the kindling I put in there. And this is just smoking away. Sure, it's going to smoke for like 8 hours probably, but honestly, it's such a waste. Well, I thought I would give you guys the 2-hour update, 2-hour and 15-minute update actually. Well, she's still smoldering. This has got me a little bit surprised here. So it's not very warm. It's about 100 Fahrenheit in the stove there, but the little fan's still going. If I was an intent to probably throw off some heat, but look, it's not that warm. I can kind of touch. Don't do that at home, kids. Let's take a look inside. Oh, wow. Hey, look at that. They're still smoldering away. Also, don't touch it like I'm doing. So, you know what? This might go a little longer than I thought. Do not discount it. Must say I did not dampen it down the entire time because I just want as much oxygen because it was kind of smoldering there. So, well, this was indeed a surprise. Oh, look, it's really caught there since I pushed it in a little closer. There you go. And surprise, surprise, here's your 3-hour update. We're still going, but kind of near the end. This, honestly, guys, this really surprised me to even got this far. And let's just check the temp in here. Yeah, she's pretty cool, but warm enough for my little fan to keep going. And here we are at 4 hours. There's still a little bit of glowing embers in there, but by and large, we're all done. Fan's still going though. Well, this one was the surprise. Hour 5, it's basically a wrap. And through the magic of TV, it's the next day. I just want to show you how much ash was left. Quite a lot actually from that last wood log there, and it's come down in here. So a bit more than the others. All right, so which one of those 3 kinds of compressed logs do I like the best? Well, I really like the selection compressed log, the one in the paper sack. I think that one, honestly, it lights pretty quickly, burns a decent amount of time, and fairly portable. You know, it's already sealed, so it's harder for moisture to get in there. And you can just tuck one in your pack. Say if you wanted to do a quick little trip in the bush, you need something to start quickly for emergency purposes, or if, hey, maybe you're doing quick little overnighter, just trying out winter camping, don't want to, like, you know, cut down a tree or pick up a lot of sticks or whatever to light, maybe you could carry a few of those and you'd have several hours of warmth. So just an idea. I saw another creator out in British Columbia was using them for quick trips in the woods and stuff, and so I thought, well, maybe I'll try them. Of course, the best, what I love the most is real hardwood logs, but sometimes you go in areas like where I'm going where you're not allowed to take wood from a national or provincial forest. You have to sort of buy their wood, or, you know, you want to bring in something else, but it's not going to be a risk for bringing in parasites or pathogens or whatnot. So anyway, just a thought, just a fun little experiment thought I would do today. Well, let me know what you guys think down below. Which would be your choice to bring along with you or to use in your fire pit for camping or in your little wood stoves. All right, have a great week, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.